Once upon a time, in the bustling town of Peppatown, Peppa Pig was thrilled. Her teacher, Madame Gazelle, had announced a school trip to the Grand Museum of Peppatown. Peppa's brother, George, was equally excited, especially because there was a dinosaur exhibit. "Hooray, dinosaurs!" George exclaimed as they prepared for the trip. The bus ride was filled with chatter and enthusiasm as Peppa and her friends sang songs and imagined the wonders they would soon explore. On arrival, Madame Gazelle guided the class through the grand entrance of the museum, where a giant stone dinosaur stood towering over them. George's eyes widened in awe. Their first stop was the ancient Egypt section. Here, they saw incredible artifacts, including mummies and golden treasures. Peppa's friend, Susie Sheep, was fascinated by the shiny jewels. Next, they ventured into the art gallery filled with paintings, sculptures, and more. Peppa tried her best to mimic the poses of the statues, making everyone burst into laughter. As they moved along, Madame Gazelle pointed out a special illusion exhibit. Peppa and her friends were amazed by the optical illusions that tricked their eyes and made them giggle. There was a special room where they could create their own shadow art against colorful lights. Peppa and George made dragon-shaped shadows, imagining grand dragon tails. Their last stop was George's favorite, the dinosaur exhibit. Life-size dinosaur models stood proudly amongst the displays, each with information boards telling fascinating stories about the past. George took out his toy dinosaur, Rexy, and introduced him to every dinosaur model. Despite the excitement, George was very careful, always listening to Madame Gazelle's reminders about keeping safe. As the day came to an end, Peppa and her friends gathered by the large museum doors. Madame Gazelle asked the children what their favorite part of the day was. Peppa said she loved the statues, Susie was still eager for jewels, and George, of course, couldn't stop talking about dinosaurs. Getting back onto the bus, Peppa looked forward to another trip someday, feeling happy about all she had learned and experienced at the museum. She thought to herself how wonderful it was to explore the past and its wonders with her beloved friends.